ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करोतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Today is our 25th class, Tattvabodha 25th class. Though we have not gone far into the text in terms of the portion, but we have the satisfaction of discussing each sentence of the text in detail, starting from the introduction to Vedanta. So today I am thinking of giving you a brief summary of what we have seen so far, so that those who miss the class and also those who attend regularly both can benefit from it. Those who miss the class, they will learn what they missed, and those who are attending regularly, for them it will be refreshing. So I'll give you a quick summary of what we have seen so far. Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha is a prakarana grantha. It's a prakarana grantha. What is a prakarana grantha? There is a definition for prakarana grantha. Shastraika desha sambandham Shastra karyantare sthitam Aguhu prakaranam nama Grantha bhedam vipaschitaha. This is a shloka which defines the prakarana grantha. Shastraika desha sambandham. That is, prakarana grantha, the Vedantic treatise, it has ekadesha connection with Vedanta. A prakarana grantha, it discusses or deals with a part or a portion of Vedanta. It doesn't cover, a prakarana grantha need not cover all the topics of the Vedanta, all the prakriyas of the Vedanta. It deals with a part or a particular prakriya of the Vedanta. Veda is a Mula Grantha, primary scripture, and Prakarana Granthas are secondary or supportive scriptures. Because it is supportive, therefore Prakarana Grantha is read first, like simple Prakarana Grantha like Tattvabodha is read first before getting into the Upanishad. Shastra Karyantare Sthitam. That is, the scope or the teaching of Prakarana Grantha is well within the ambit of Vedanta. The scope is within the Vedanta. This is called Prakarana Grantha by Vipaschitaha, the one who has the vision of the Vedas. This is the definition given by the Vipasthitaha, the one who knows the vision of the Vedas. So Tattvabodha is a Prakarana Grantha. In fact, Tattvabodha is a Paribhasha Grantha. Paribhasha means definitions. It is a book of definitions. And this Prakarana Grantha, Tattvabodha, is attributed to Adi Shankaracharya. The tradition it is attributed to Adi Shankaracharya is supposed to be the author of this Prakarana Grantha. Tattvabodha, the name Tattvabodha, it's a combination of two words, Tattvam plus Bodha. Bodha means knowledge, which is derived from the dhatu Buddh dhatu. Buddh means to know, Bodha means knowledge. Tattvam means Tat plus Tvam. Tat plus Tvam, Tattvam. Tat means that. Tat means that. Tvam means ness. Ness, ness. So Tattvam means thatness. Tattvam means thatness. That is the essential nature of what it is. The ultimate truth. The ultimate reality. That is what Tattvam means. So therefore, Tattvabodha, it means the knowledge of the truth or the knowledge of the reality. That is Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha, it starts with the Prarthana. In the tradition, all the Grantha, it will start with a prayer. Without Prarthana, no Grantha is started. That prayer will be in the form of a word also. Either Om or Atha. In Tattvabodha, it starts with a prayer that you also can chant with me. I will recite now. You can repeat after me. So whenever the text, the sentence comes, sentence of the text, you can also chant after me. Vasudevendra Yogindram Nattva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Vidiyate. Okay. Here in this Prarthana Shloka, the author, he offers his Namaskara to his Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata is Krishna, Vasudeva. Son of Vasudeva, that is Vasudeva. Then the author offers his Namaskara to Guru. Both the Namaskaras are Vachika Namaskara. That Namaskara, that salutations by words. So after his Vachika Namaskara to his Ishtadevata and the Guru, then the author says that is presenting Tattvabodha, Tattvabodha Vidiyate Maya, Kimartam, for what? Mumukshunam Hitarthaya. For the benefit of Mumukshus, Tattvabodha, this Prakarana Grantha is presented by me. Maya Vidiyate Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodha. Nama Ayam Grantha. And also through the prayer verse, the author points out the Anubandha Chatushtayam. That's another beauty. Anubandha Chatushtayam, it means four-fold connections. I hope you all remember that. Anubhadrati iti Anubandha. Four-fold connections, Chatushtayam. What are those Anubandha Chatushtayam? Number one, Adhikari. Adhikari is the qualified persons. Vishayaha. Number two, that is subject matter. Number three, Prayojanam. Prayojanam is, it means benefits. Number four, Sambandha. That is the connection. So here, in Mumukshu is the Adhikari. Mumukshunam Hitarthaya, the author says. So Mumukshu is the Adhikari. And Vishaya is Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha Maya Abhidiyate. So That is the subject matter. And what is the prayojanam? If the beneficiaries are the mumukshus, moksha is the prayojanam, freedom. So that is it. Freedom is the prayojanam. And what is the connection, sambandha? Sambandha is the knowledge which gives moksha. The knowledge which the grantha gives, that is the means for moksha, that is the sambandha. So the sambandha is pratipadaka pratipadya sambandha. That is the relationship between the revealer and the revealed. The revealer is a grantha, and what is revealed is jnanam, moksha. Jnanam, that is a sadhanam, moksha sadhanam. So that is the sambandha, pratipadaka pratipadya sambandha or bodhya bodhaka sambandha. Both are same. Okay. Then the next sentence. You also can recite after me. Sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikarinam. Moksha sadhana bhutam. Tattva viveka prakaram. Vakshyamaha. Okay. The meaning of this sentence is Vakshyamaha. We will expound the method of Tattva Viveka. Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshyamaha. We will expound the method of Tattva Viveka, that is the discriminative inquiry, which will produce the knowledge of the Tattvam. Which will produce the knowledge of the Tattvam, which is the sadhanam for moksha, moksha sadhanam. And we will expound those for those who are endowed with sadhana chatushtayam. They are the adhikari. So sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari, to them they will expound the moksha sadhana bhutam, the tattvam, the tattva viveka, the discriminative inquiry we will expound. That is the meaning of this sentence. Okay. Now the next sentence. Sadhana chatushtayam kim.
Sadhana chatushtayam kim.
What are the four-fold qualifications? Number 1. Nitya nityavastu vivekaha.
Nitya nityavastu vivekaha.
Okay. Here viveka is, it is distinguishing and it is understanding of what is nitya and what is anitya. Nitya anitya, that understanding the nitya anitya, how? Through vichara, through inquiry. Why should we do inquiry? Because there is a confusion between nitya vastu and anitya vastu. Therefore, viveka vichara is required, and that is viveka vichara, we understand what is nitya and what is anitya. The vichara is also viveka, and the understanding which comes out of viveka is also viveka. Both are viveka. Okay. So both the means as well as the end is viveka. Nitya means that which is free from the limitations of time, place and object. Desha kala vastu. Vastu aparichinnaha. That which is free from these three things. Desha, kala and vastu. Nityam is that which is ever existent. Therefore it cannot be finite. Therefore absolute. Anityam is that which is subject to time, place and objects. And therefore it is temporary. Therefore it comes in time and disappears in time. It comes and goes. And therefore it is finite. So viveka is now distinguishing nitya vastu and anitya vastu, that is viveka. Okay. The next sadhana chatushtaya. Iha mutrartha palabhoga viragaha.
Iha mutrartha viragaha.
Okay. Iha means in this world. Amutra means there, in the other world. To the other world where one goes after death. Where one goes after death and encashes his punyam. Punyam and enjoys sukham. Amutra is here, it can be taken as the place where the person goes after death and enjoys. Therefore, it could be a Swarga Loka. Artha means objects. Here, Iga, Amutra, Artha is there. Artha is sense objects. Phala is Karma Phalam. The result of your actions, which you will enjoy here in the world as well as in the other world. And Bhoga is the enjoyment. The enjoyment, the sense pleasures, which is born of sense objects. Viraga is the absence of pleasures which belongs to this world as well as the other world. So Vairagyam or Viraga, it means a dispassion for the Anitya Vastu. A dispassion for the Anitya Vastu. Or you can say objectivity. This dispassion, it arises out of Viveka. That out of Viveka, you come to know what is Nitya and Anitya. Once you know what is Anitya Vastu, that Viraga, what it does is, it takes you away from Anitya Vastu. Therefore, Viraga is important. Viraga is born of Viveka. Okay, the next sadhana, Chatushtayam. Shamari Shatka Sampattihi.
Shamadi Shatka Sampattihi.
Okay, beginning with Shama, all the sixfold virtues, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, and Samadhana. All these sixfold disciplines are called Shakka Sampattihi, that is the wealth. Sampatti means wealth. These are the real wealth. Samadhi Shakka Sampattihi. Next sadhana Chatushtayam. Mumukshutvam Cheti. Okay. It means the desire to get freedom. Moktum Micha Mumuksha. Tasya Bhavaha Mumukshutvam. The desire to get freedom is Mumuksha. The status of having that desire is Mumukshutvam. Okay? Fine. Now, the next term. Nitya Nityavastu Vivekaha Kaha.
Nitya Nityavastu Vivekaha Kaha.
Okay. What is the discriminative knowledge between this Nityavastu and Anityavastu? Nityavastu Ekam Brahma.
Nityavastu Ekam Brahma.
Tadvyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam.
Tadvyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam.
Ayam Jeva Nitya Nityavastu Vivekaha.
Ayam Jeva Nitya Nityavastu Vivekaha.
Okay. Nityavastu is Ekam Brahma. One limitless Brahman. That is the Nityavastu. And everything else is time bound, Anityam. This is the discriminative knowledge. This is the distinct knowledge between Nityavastu and Anityavastu. Brahman is limitless. Limitless in terms of time, place and objects. Desha Kala Vastu. And Nityavastu Brahma is Ekam. It is one only. Nityavastu Ekam Brahma. It cannot be two because there cannot be two limitless Brahma. If two limitless Brahman are there, then each will limit the other and it will become limited. So, Brahman is Ekam. Nityavastu Ekam Brahma. Tad Brahma Vyatirektam Sarvam Anityam. Sarvam Anityavastu. In fact, there is no Sarvam apart from Brahma. What is there is only Brahma. So, there is no Sarvam apart from Brahma, really speaking. If Brahma is everything, what is there apart from Brahma? Nothing. But we have a perception of many things. Therefore, we use the word sarvam. The word sarvam, after you understand the tattvam, it will resolve to Brahma only. In Sanskritam, we have this word, sarvanama. Sarvanama, which means pronouns. Sarva means all. Nama means names. So, all names, sarvanama, we translate as demonstrative pronouns in Sanskrit. But here, sarva and nama. Sarva means all, nama means names. Sarvam, that is, everything in the Jagat is nothing but nama only. It is only just a name. All being Brahma, everything being Brahma, Sarvanama is a name and form of Ekam Brahma. It is just the Nama Rupa of that one Brahma. Therefore, Brahma is Satyam and Sarvanama Rupam is Mithya. How beautiful in the language itself it is there, Sarvanama. Everything is a Nama of that Brahma only. It is only a Nama. But Brahman is Satyam. All the Nama Rupas are Mithya. That is the thing. Yatiriktam means other than Brahman. Anything other than Brahman is Anityam, impermanent. It is Mithya. Nama Rupatmakatvat Mithya, Anityam. Okay. Next sentence. Viragah kaha.
Viragah kaha.
What is viragah? Igasvarga bhogeshu ichcharahityam.
Igasvarga bhogeshu ichcharahityam.
Okay. Ihaloka is this world. Paraloka means the world which we go after death. Paraloka. Ragityam means absence of. So ichcharagityam, absence of ichcha, absence of desire or that passion from both, from Igaloka as well as the Paraloka. That is the Viraga. Next one. Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi Ka.
Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi Ka.
What are those six-fold wealth? This wealth is not external, this is inner wealth. Shamaha, Damaha, Uparamaha.
Shamaha, Damaha, Uparamaha.
Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam Chayiti.
Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam Chayiti.
Okay, these are the six-fold wealth. Shamaha, mastery over mind. Damaha, mastery over senses. Uparamaha or Uparatihi, both are same. It is doing one's duty, one's dharma. That is Uparamaha. Titiksha is endurance, forbearance, patience. Shraddha is trust or faith. Faith also we can use. Samadhanam is focus of the mind on a particular thing that is under your study. Okay, next one. Shamaha kaha. What is Shamaha? Mano nigraha. Mano nigraha means mastery over mind. We should clearly observe here that it is not mind control. It is not mind control or it is not mind destruction, not mano nasha. It is mastery over your mind. Mastery over your responses to external stimulus is mano nigraha. To become more and more alert by developing this shama. Or developing the alertness is shama. That inner alertness, that is shama. Once you have this inner alertness, naturally you will get the tranquility of the mind. That is shamaha. In this context, we can relevantly translate shamaha as the complete alertness or the complete availability of the mind for Shastra Shravanam. That is shamaha. Damahakkaha.
Damahakaha.
Chakshuradi Indriya Nigraha.
Chakshuradi Indriya Nigraha.
What is Damaha? Damaha is mastery over the external sense organs. Chakshuradi Indriya Nigraha. That is Damaha. We have two sets of sense organs. One is organs of knowledge. The other is organs of action. In Sanskrit they say Jnanendriyani and Karmendriyani. Organs of knowledge, Jnanendriyani. Organs of action, Karmendriyani. Complete mastery over Jnanendriyani and Karmendriyani is Damaha. That management skill of both the set of sense organs is Damaha. Shamaha is being alert to what I think. Shamaha is that alertness, being alert to what I think. Damaha is being alert to what I do. What I do. Okay. The next one now. Uparamahakkaha.
Uparamahakaha.
What is Uparamaha? Swadharma Anushtanam Eva.
Swadharmanushtanam eva.
Swa means one's own. Swadharma means one's own dharma, one's own duty. Anushtanam means fulfilling or following. Doing what I am supposed to do in a given place, in a given time and a given situation, whether I like it or not, is Uparamaha. Being into the study of Vedanta, we all should develop the ability to dictate our behavior all the time. We should have that ability, we should have that the control to dictate our behavior, not our raga dvesha, not our likes and dislikes. That is Uparamaha. The other meaning of Uparamaha is that maintaining the peace of mind. That is Uparamaha. Shamaha means availability of the mind for Shastra Shravanam. Uparamaha is to maintain that. That is Uparamaha. Another meaning of Uparamaha we saw, that is Sannyasa, renunciation. Taking clear life of renunciation, Sannyasa. That is another meaning. Here the Sannyasa need not be an external Sannyasa. Sannyasa need not be an external sannyasa. It could be a mental sannyasa, manasika sannyasa. Having the attitude of a sannyasi. That is Uparamaha. Okay. The next sentence now. Titikshaka.
Titikshaka.
What is titiksha? Shitoshna sukha dukkhadi savishnutvam.
Shitoshna sukha dukkhadi sahishnutvam.
Sahishnutvam means the capacity to put up with unpleasant situations. The capacity to put up with unpleasant situations which you cannot change. If you can change, that is okay. You can change it. But if you cannot change those situations which is not under your control, then you should have the capacity to put up with it. Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkhadi. Shita is cold. Ushna, heat. Sukha and Dukkha, pleasure and pain. So, Titiksha is increasing the level of your endurance, both at the physical level and at the mental level. The physical level is denoted by the word Shita and Ushna. At the mental level, it is denoted by the word Sukha and Dukkha. So, your mind should be available for Shastra Shravanam in spite of unpleasant situations in life. Because life is both sukha and dukkha. It will come, it's a mixture of both. In spite of that, your mind should be available for Shastra Shravanam, and also, only if you have Titiksha, when you face with unpleasant situations, you will remember the teachings of the Shastram so that you can apply it. The practical application also it is possible, only when you endure. So that is what Titiksha means. Shraddha Kedrishi.
Shraddha Kedrishi.
What is Shraddha? Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasaha Shraddha.
Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasaha Shraddha.
Shraddha is trust in the words of the Vedanta, and in the Guru, Acharya, who unfolds the words of the Vedanta in keeping with the Sampradaya. That is Shraddha. Shraddha is pending understanding. The understanding which is subject to verification. The verification is here and now. Shraddha is not a promise after death. Shastram, our Shastram being Apurusheya Pramanam, therefore, the Shraddha is difficult. But what we say is, Shraddha is the understanding which is subject to verification. You can verify the statement of the Shastra here and now. It is not something to be verified after life. And Shastram being Apurusheya Pramanam, Shraddha plays a very important role even in getting into the Shastric study, Vedanta study. Shraddha is very important. That is why Krishna also says in the Gita, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Shraddha is very important. Shraddha is the first step to enter into Vedantic study. Okay. Next sentence. Samadhanam kim.
Samadhanam kim.
What is Samadhanam? Chittaikagrata.
Chittaikagrata.
The application of your mind towards the object or the task, towards the object which you want to study and which you want to understand, that is called Samadhanam, the application of the mind, the one-pointedness of the mind. The Chitta Ekagratam is Samadhanam. This qualification is very important for Shastra Shravanam. When you are listening to Shastram, you should listen to Shastram only. You cannot do multitasking when listening to Shastram. Then the Shastram will not give its benefit. When your priorities are clear, you give importance to Shastram, and you keep all things aside. Your Shravanam should not be a casual Shravanam. This is what Chitta Samadhanam. You need Chitta Samadhanam to listen to Shastram. Then only Shastra Shravanam also will give its phalam, will give its benefit. Therefore, Samadhanam is another important qualification. Okay, next one. Mumukshutvam kim.
Mumukshutvam kim.
What is Mumukshutvam? Moksho me bhuyat iti ichcha.
Moksho me bhuyat iti ichcha.
Ichcha, the desire, let me gain freedom, is Mumukshutvam. Moksha Ichcha is the intense desire, Tivra Ichcha, to be free from the sense of insecurity, to be free from the sense of incompleteness, to be free from the sense of unhappiness. That intense desire, that moksha, ichcha, that commitment to the freedom is moksha ichcha. And this moksha ichcha should be converted to jnana ichcha. Because jnanam eva moksha sadhanam. Moksha is possible only through knowledge. Therefore, this moksha ichcha should be converted to jnana ichcha. And this jnana ichcha takes you to the Guru and the Shastram. By Viveka and Vairagyam, you have arrived at Nitya Vastu. since moksha, freedom, which implies the knowledge of Nitya Vastu, that mumuksha, the desire to be free, should become jijnasa, the desire to know. Desire to know. So, moksha icha should become jijnasa. It's all understood here. Mumukshutvam kim means it is not only the desire to be free, therefore it is the desire to know. That jnanam comes in, because jnanam is the moksha sadhanam. Okay, next sentence. Etat sadhana chatushtayam.
Etat sadhana chatushtayam.
This is the sadhana chatushtayam. Tatah tattva vivekasya adhikarinah bhavanti.
Tatah tattva vivekasya adhikarinah bhavanti.
That is, those who have this sadhana chatushtayam, they become the qualified persons for this pursuit of tattva viveka, the discriminative knowledge of truth. So they are the qualified persons. Tattva vivekah katha.
Tattva vivekah kaha.
What is tattva viveka? Atma satyaha.
Atma satyah.
Tadanyat sarvam mithya iti.
Tadanyat sarvam mithya iti.
Satyam means that which exists. An existent thing, that is satyam. Mithya means that which do not exist independently. Mithya means that which do not exist independent of satyam. So mithya doesn't mean non-existent thing. For non-existent thing we have another word, tucham or asatyam, that is different. Mithya means that which has dependent existence, mithya. So tattva viveka is understanding that Atma alone is satyam and everything else which depends on Atma or mithya. We discussed in detail this. Wood is satyam, table is mithya, gold is satyam, chain is mithya, fiber is satyam, shawl is mithya. The same way, Atma alone is satyam and everything else, including the whole jagat, is mithya. Because they have dependent existence on Atma. That is mithya. Atma satyaha. In the presence of Atma only all the experiences are possible. So, this discovery is tattva vivekaha. If Atma is satyam and everything else is mithya, everything other than Atma is mithya, then we should know the meaning of the word Atma. And that is the next question. Atma kaha.
Atma kaha.
What is Atma? Stula sukshma karana sharirat vyatiriktah.
Stula sukshma karana sharirat vyatiriktah.
Panchakoshatitah san.
Panchakoshatitah san.
Avastatraya sakshi.
Avastatraya sakshi.
Satchidananda rupasan.
Satchidananda rupasan.
Yaha tishtati sa atma.
Yaha tishtati sa atma.
That which is distinct from the three bodies, Shariratrayam, gross body, subtle body and the causal body. That which is beyond the 5 levels of experience, Anubhava. That which remains as a witness to all the 3 states of experience. And that which is in the form of existence, that is Sat, consciousness, Chit and Ananda, the completeness, fullness, is Atma. This is the definition of Atma. We also discussed this in detail. By Shariratraya Prakriya, the Jiva is viewed from 3 different bodies. All the 3 bodies, Stula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram Karana Shariram, they borrow their existence from Atma, whereas Atma is independent of these three bodies. It means that the three Sharirams come and go, but Atma remains forever. And by Panchakosha Prakriya, the same Shariratrayam of the Jiva is divided into five-fold layers. Also we discussed in detail. What are those five-fold layers? Annamaya Koshaha, number 1. Pranamaya Koshaha, number 2. Number 3, Manomaya Koshaha. Number 4, Vijnanamaya Koshaha. Number 5, Anandamaya Koshaha. All these 5 layers put together is called Kosha Panchakam. Stula Shariram is Annamaya Koshaha. Annavikaratvat Annamaya Koshaha. Annavikaratvat Atmanam Koshavat Achadakatvat Annamaya Koshaha. Stula Shariram is, Annamaya Kosha is modification of food, and which covers the Atma like a Kosha. It doesn't cover the Atma really. Koshavat, like a cover, it covers the Atma. Annamaya Kosha. Atma cannot be covered by anything. By this Prakriya, at the level of this bodily experience, Atma is considered to be covered by the Annamaya Kosha, as though covered by the Annamaya Kosha. Then, Sukshma Shariram is divided into 3 Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha. Pranavikaratvat Atmanam Koshavat Achadakatvat Pranamaya Koshaha. Pranavikaratvat, it is a modification of the prana, and the prana covers the Atma as though and becomes a Kosha for Atma. Therefore, it is Pranamaya Koshaha. There are 5 pranas. Pancha pranaha. Prana, Apana, Dhyana, Udana, Samana. These Pancha prana are collectively called Pranamaya Koshaha. At this level of experience, Atma is considered to be covered by the Pranamaya Kosha as though. That as though is very important, because Atma cannot be covered by anything. Therefore, as though covered by the Pranamaya Kosha. And Manovikaratvat Atmanam Koshavat Achadakatvat Manomaya Koshaha. At the level of experience of mind, Atma is considered to be covered by the Manomaya Kosha as though. That is Manomaya Koshaha. I'm just giving the explanation for that simple layers, because we discussed all these things in detail, and we will be discussing also later. Later we are going to see the definitions for each Kosha. Now Vijnanamaya Koshaha. Vijnana Vikaratvat Atmanam Koshavat Achadakatvat Vijnanamaya Koshaha. Atma is considered to be the eater, sleeper, walker, talker, teacher, dancer, all this. Identifying with the actions, the same Atma is considered to be the doer of actions, many actions. Therefore, we are adding a ER to all the actions, and it denotes the person. That is, the identifying the action, the same Atma plays a different role. So, at this level of experience of actions, Atma being taken as Karta, and therefore Atma is considered to be covered by Vijnanamaya Kosha as though. Understand? At the level of experiencing the results of action in the form of Sukham, in the form of Ananda, the same Atma is taken as Bhokta. Atma was a Karta, Atma is a Karta at the level of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Then because it's a Karta, now it has to enjoy the Karma Phalam, therefore it becomes a Bhokta. Based on the varying degrees of Ananda experienced, Atma is considered to be covered by the Anandamaya Kosha as though. that the degrees of Ananda is like a kosha to Atma. Ananda vikaratvat Atmanam koshavat achadatatvat Anandamaya koshaha. So 5 koshas. This is a prakriya. This is a method of inquiry to prove that all the koshas are nitya and satyam is Atma. Shastram adopts different prakriya, and here the author points out the some of prakriyas. First prakriya what we saw is Shariratraya prakriya, and this is the Panchakosha prakriya. The next thing is, next prakriya the author points out is Avastatraya prakriya. Why the Avastatraya prakriya? The author says that Atma is the witness. It is the witness or the observer of the 3 states of experience. The 3 states of human experience. What are those 3 states? Jagrat Avastha. That is the waking stage. Waking state. Swapna Avastha. The dream state. Sushupti Avastha. The deep sleep state or the dreamless sleep state. That is Sushupti Avastha. So in all the 3 states of experience, the one who is there, who is not variable, who doesn't change in spite of passing, in spite of experiencing the 3 states is Atma. Then the author points out, Atma is Sachidanandaha. Atma is Sachidanandaha. Atma is pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanyam. Therefore, Atma being pure consciousness, consciousness is it cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. Therefore, Atma is Nityaha. Atma is ever existent and it is ever evident. And this Atma is complete wholeness without any limitations of time, place and objects. And therefore, Atma is not available for any other means of knowledge except Shastram. Shastram being Apurusheya Pramana, it can only talk about Atma. No other Pramana can do. They are helpless. And now, when we say pure existence or pure consciousness, please understand, it means absolute existence, absolute consciousness. It is not qualified existence or qualified consciousness. Existence or consciousness cannot be qualified absolutely. Qualification is only Nitya. For example, when we say a pot is. The potness, that ness is qualified by the pot. The ness is qualified by the pot as though. The ness is existence which cannot be destroyed. The ness will always be there. When you destroy the pot, the clayness will be there. When you destroy the clay, the powderness will be there. When you destroy the powder, the moleculeness will be there. Further atomness, particleness. Therefore, that ness, the existence continues. When we say a pot is, that is isness, that existence is qualified as though by the pot. It is qualified as though by a pot. Similarly, a table is, that tableness, that isness, existence is qualified by the table. A shawl is, the shawlness, that isness, that existence is qualified by the shawl. Body is, the existence is qualified by the body. The same way, thought is, emotion is, existence is qualified by a given thought or emotion. Whereas the existence that is without any qualification. In the third person, it is. In the first person, it is am. Am. I am. It stops there. Nothing follows after that. That is Atma. So too, when we say consciousness, it is consciousness not qualified by any object. That's what we say, pure consciousness, and use the word Shuddha Chaitanyam. And consciousness is invariable. If pot is an object of your knowledge, you can say pot consciousness. The pot is an object of your cognition, your consciousness. If table is an object of your knowledge, you can say table consciousness. The table is an object of consciousness. Similarly, we have body consciousness, sun consciousness, moon consciousness, star consciousness, mountain consciousness, thought consciousness, emotion consciousness, and so on we can say. What is present in all of them is consciousness. The objects in front of you and the corresponding thought inside of you, in your mind, it may vary, but the consciousness is invariable. There is no pot consciousness, there is no table consciousness, no body consciousness, no thought consciousness. It is only consciousness. In every objectification, there is consciousness, but consciousness cannot be objectified because consciousness is not an object. Atma is not an object. Therefore, you cannot qualify it by saying pot consciousness, body consciousness, etc. You are the meaning of consciousness. That Atma, the I is the content of all consciousness. We use the word Atma or Chit or Samvit or consciousness, all mean the same thing. Therefore, the consciousness is Chit. Consciousness is Chit. In the word I am is a sentence. I am. This I is Chit. When you say I am, that am is Sat, I is Chit. So I am is Sat Chit, and this Sat Chit is not limited in space or time. Every object is in time. Every thought is in time. Body is in time. All these things come and go. They are agama payinaha. Bodies come and go. Koshas come and go. And experiences also come and go. But Sat Chit is always there. It is not subject to time. It is not subject to a place. It is not located in a particular place. The Sat Chit has no limitation in terms of object because it is formless. And at the same time, no object is away from it. And so this freedom from all the three types of limitations is called Ananda. We use another word, Ananda. Satyachit, we have seen. Now Ananda. Ananda is the freedom from the three types of limitation. Desha, Kala and Vastu. That freedom from the object-wise limitation, space-wise limitation and the time-wise limitation, and that is Ananda. Satyachit, they don't have any limitation. Therefore, what is that? It is Ananda. In limitation, there is Dukkham. In freedom, there is fullness, Ananda. We use the word Ananda. It is a pursuit-oriented word because people have a value for Ananda. Everybody is committed to that experiential happiness, experiential Ananda. Ananta is a reality-oriented equivalent word for Ananda. So, Sat, Chit and Ananda, the three words we use to describe Atma. They are not the attributes of Atma. Understand? They are not the attributes of Atma. That which is existence is Atma, which is consciousness. So, existence is consciousness. Sat is Chit. And consciousness alone exists. Consciousness is existence. Chit is Sat. Sat eva Chit. Chit eva Sat. Therefore, Sat Chit. It is not subject to any limitations and therefore infinite. Anantaha. Therefore, Anandaha. Anantaha eva Anandaha. Because it is infinite, doesn't have limitation, therefore, Anandaha, Sat Chit Anandaha. And Sat Chit Anandaha, they are not the adjectives of Atma. Because Atma is not an object, therefore it can't have any adjectives. Then what are they? They are not the Visheshana, they are not the adjective, they are the Lakshana. And Atma is the Lakshyam. So, in this definition of Atma, the author positively defines Atma as Satchit Ananda Svarupaha. If you see the whole definition of Atma, the author has introduced 14 new words. Shariratrayam, that is Stula, Sukshma, Karna, Shariram. That is Shariratrayam. 3 words are there. Shariratrayam. Panchakosha, Pancha is there. 5. That author will enumerate what are those kosha. And Avasthatrayam, 3 is there. So 3 plus 5 plus 3, 11. And Sat, Chit, Ananda, that also author has mentioned. So author has introduced 14 new words in defining the Atma. Now the disciple don't know what they mean. So 14 words are introduced by the teacher. Now the disciple will ask, what are these 14 words? He wants to know what is that. So the disciple will ask, now will question the 14 new words which the author has introduced. And in his reply, the teacher will introduce some more new words and will try to explain it. So the discussion of Atma will go on for some time. It will be discussed in detail. Now the next question what the disciple asks is, Stula Shariram Kim.
Stula Shariram Kim.
Stula, what is gross body? Panchikrita.
Panchikrita.
Pancha Mahabhutaihi.
Pancha Mahabhutaihi.
Kritam.
Kritam.
Panchikrita Pancha Mahabhutaihi Kritam.
Panchikrita Pancha Mahabhutaihi Kritam.
Satkarmajanyam.
Satkarmajanyam.
Sukha Dukkhadi Bhogayatanam.
Sukha Dukkhadi Bhogayatanam.
Shariram.
Shariram.
Asti Jayate.
Asti Jayate.
Vardhate.
Vardhate.
Viparinamate.
Viparinamate.
Apakshiyate.
Apachiyate.
Vinashyatiti.
Vinashyatiti.
That Vinashya Sakara should not be there. Shakara should be there. It's a typo. I'll do it in the next class. Shat Vikaravat.
Shadvikaravat.
Etat Stula Shariram.
Etat Sthula Shariram.
Okay. This Stula Shariram, this physical body, it is made of the grossified 5 great elements. Pancha Maha Bhutaihi Kritam. Satkarma Janyam. This body is born of due to good actions done in the past. Satkarma Janyam. Sukha Dukkhadi Bhogayatanam. This body is the abode for experiencing pleasure, pain, etc. Sukha Dukkhadi Adi. This body is endowed with 6-fold modifications. Shat Vikara. What are they? Asti, exists. Jayate is born. This body exists, is born, it grows, undergoes changes, decays, that is apakshiyate, then vinashyati, dies. This is gross body. Etat Stula Shariram. Etat means this. This is Stula Shariram. This is the definition of Stula Shariram. We know that the definition of Stula Shariram is not the definition of Atma. The student wants to know what is Stula Shariram. If he knows what is Stula Shariram, he can understand what Atma is not. He can understand Atma is not Stula Shariram. Stula, it means tangible. It means gross. It means that which is perceptible to our senses. Indriya Gocharam. We can perceive the Stula Shariram. Others can also perceive it. I can see my Stula Shariram, I can see and touch it. Therefore, I am so particular about the appearance of my body because others can see it. I can see and others also can see. If I can only see it, it's not a problem. But others also can see. We don't bother about how dirty our mind is because nobody can see it. But we are so particular about our body. Therefore, it is Indriya Gocharam, it is available for perception to all. Indriya Gocharam. Sukha Dukkadi Bhogayatanam. Ayatanam. Ayatanam means it's a place, it's an abode. It's a place or abode in which something dwells. It's a dwelling place. For the jiva, the physical body is the ayatanam. It is the dwelling place. For what? To experience sukha dukkhadi. To experience sukha, that is pleasure, and dukkha, pain. Sukha dukkhadi, adi is there. Adi padat, the word adi can bring in all the experiences other than sukha and dukkha. There are many experiences are there other than sukha and dukkha. You can be indifferent also. That is also an experience. So adi padat you can bring in other experiences also. Sukha dukkha adi. Bhogayatanam shariram. Etat stula shariram. And it is very interesting to note the etymology of the word shariram. The word shariram without any adjective, it refers to the physical body. Shariram. Shiryamana svabhavatvat shariram iti uchyate. Shiryamana svabhavatvat shariram iti uchyate. That which has its svabhava of decomposing, decaying. Not decomposing, decaying. Is called shariram. That is the svabhava of shariram. And shariram is something which has many parts put together. It has many parts put together. It is an assemblage of many parts. And therefore it is subject to disintegration. Shiryamanaha. Shiryamana sabhavatvat shariram. This assemblage of many parts put together, which is the ayatanam for the jiva to experience sukha dukkhadi, is stula shariram. Another word for shariram is deha. Degaha. It is also an interesting word. Degaha. Dagana yogyatvat degaha iti uchyate. Dagana yogyatvat. That is which is fit for cremation. Cremation not now, after death. It is degaha. Here we use the word shariram. Okay. And what is the material out of which the shariram, the stula shariram is made? That the author points out. Panchikrita pancha mahabhutaihi kritam. Kritam means made. Kritam means made. This stula shariram is made of many cells, organs, bones, muscles, blood, and many things. Here, Shastram presents a model. Here, Shastram presents a model. Pancha Mahabhuta model. A model of 5 great elements. They are not the elements of chemistry. They are the Pancha Mahabhuta. We will see what it is. It's a model presented by the Shastram for our understanding. It is just a point of view. This physical body, this stula shariram that we have, it is a compound of 5 great elements, Pancha Mahabhuta. And therefore it is elemental. You know what elemental is? Any compound of elements is called elemental. Elemental made of elements. Elements which combine together forms a compound, that is elemental. A compound of elements is called elemental. So this is a 5 elemental model. The Tattvaryam or Shastra is not in the model. That we must understand clearly. The Tattvaryam or Shastra, it is not in the model. There is an order in the presentation of these elements. And there is a reason for this order. We must understand that Upanishads are not concerned with the reality of the model. It is interested in pointing out the reality. With reality, the truth. Since we give reality to all our empirical experiences, the Upanishads take to present the reality. Upanishads have to take into consideration our experiences, because in all the experiences, in all the human experiences, the content of all the experiences is Atma, and that is what Upanishad is concerned with. So when the Upanishad has to talk on Atma, it has to take into consideration the human experiences also. Shastram talks about the creation of the universe. The Tattvaryam is not in establishing the creation of the physical universe, but to understand the creation, that it is not separate from the cause, the Karanam, which is Ishvara, Parameshvara. So, if the model is not understood as a model, then we have a problem. We will get stuck in all these things. So, we should look upon model as a model. That's it. We should take only the essence, and all that like a kosha, other things we should be dropped. Okay. When Atma is Vyatirikta, when Atma is distinct, and everything else is Mithya means Mithya to be negated in terms of understanding. Because we cannot negate anything physically. And therefore, we have to negate all that which are superimposed on Atma, starting from Tulasharina. Therefore, Tulasharina is taken for discussion. And this Tulasharina is made of 5 elements. The whole Jagat, the physical universe, is made of 5 elements. And they are Maha, they are great, because they are the cause, Karanam. Karanam is greater than the effect, Karyam. Karanam is greater than the effect. Karanam means cause, effect is Karyam. Why Karanam is greater than the Karyam? Because Karanam precedes the Karyam. Karanam decides the Karyam. Karanam controls the Karyam. The Pancha Mahabhutani, these 5 elements are the Karanam. And the Jagat, this Stula Shariram, this physical body, are the Karyam. Pancha Mahabhuta are the Karanam, and this is the Karyam. How do we know that Stula Shariram is made of Pancha Mahabhutani? Is there any indication? Yes. We can recognize the Pancha Mahabhutani in our body. The Pancha Mahabhutani is that what it constitutes our Stula Shariram. All the bones and the flesh, anything which is tangible is nothing but the Prithvi element, the earth element, which is nothing but consisting of various minerals like calcium, potassium, carbon, and all these things. And we have enough water element in the body. Apaha is there. In fact, that shape of the body is because of the water. If you remove the water from the body, if you completely dehydrate it, it will just become a pack of a powder. That's it. So Apaha is there, Prithvi is there, and there is a temperature. We have temperature in the body, and that is Agni. And Vayu is there, Vayu in the form of oxygen. And Akasha also is there. The physical body occupies space, and there is space inside the body all over. That is why the movement is there. Inside the body, the movement is there because of space. So every physical body is made up of these 5 elements. And we have 5 senses. And the 5 senses correspond to the 5 sense objects. What are the 5 sense objects? Shabda, that is sound. Sparsha, touch. Rupa, form. Rasa, taste. Gandha, smell. These are the 5 sense objects. And the 5 sense objects, what we experience through our 5 senses, they are the manifestation of these 5 elements, Pancha Mahabhuta. And these 5 elements, they are compounded, they are grossified, which is what Panchikritam means. Panchikritam means the compounded, the grossified. The physical body is an assemblage of these 5 gross elements. Panchikrita Pancha Mahabhutaihi Kritam. Why the Shastram talks about the material of this Stula Shariram? Why should it talk? Once you know that the body is made up of these 5 elements, Pancha Mahabhutani, the next question naturally will be, what is the nature of these 5 elements? These 5 elements are just inert matter, Jadam, Anatma. And we know by general rule that Karanam pervades the Karyam. Cause pervades the effect. If Stula Shariram by itself, therefore, if the Pancha Mahabhutani are the inert matter, the Stula Shariram, which is made of this Pancha Mahabhuta, That also will be inert only. Body cannot be a conscious entity because it is born of matter. Stula Shariram is Karyam, and the Karanam is the Panchamaha Bhutani, and they are Jadam, and therefore Stula Shariram also should be Jadam, Anatma. So this is the conclusion that Shastra drives us logically. The consciousness may manifest in the matter bundle, in the body, but still the body by itself is matter only. Therefore, by saying that body is born of 5 elements, Shastra says that body is inert by itself. It is material in nature. And what is Atma then? Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatirittaha. Atma is distinct from Stula Shariram. Atma is not a matter. Stula Shariram, which is made of 5 elements, they are matter. But they are not separate from Atma. They are not separate from Atma, but Atma is none of them. Atma, Stula Shariram is Atma, Sukshma Shariram is Atma, Karna Shariram is Atma, but Atma is none of them. Understand, this is very important. Pot is clay, but clay is not the pot. That is what is pointed out here. Okay, fine. We will stop here and we will take up the other words in the definition of Stula Shariram in our next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now.